The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Ogilvie High School for tonight's Great River Conference battle between the Ogilvie Lions and the Pine City Dragons. This a simulcast on both WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350 and 95.5 FM KBEK. We are here for this important matchup between two undefeated teams in the Great River Conference, the Ogilvie Lions and the Pine City Dragons. Going at it here tonight, the winner of tonight's game will sit on top of the conference undefeated and pretty much have their path paved to the conference crown. But not so fast, because both teams will still have to battle Bram once more. So that conference crown is not going to be so easily obtained for either side. Of course, they both have to get through tonight, and unfortunately we can only have one winner and no ties, which I think we'd all be okay with, really, because then the tiebreaker would go elsewhere, and then we could really see both teams. It would really come down to another game, but that is not the case, and that is the beauty of sports, because, well, you can't just tie in everything. But it's not just me here tonight. I have my camera lady right to my right. Plus, we have Taylor Tollefson here joining me once again. She is still not sick of me yet. But, Taylor, thanks again so much for joining me.
Yeah, no problem. It's so much fun getting out here.
Well, you traveled a ways, and I appreciate that. And tonight, a pretty big game between these two teams, as I mentioned. We talked about it a little bit before we started the pregame here. But you have played in some big games as well, conference games that were section games as well, with conference records and even a chance at the conference crown on the line. What is the mentality for either team coming into this one, knowing, hey, if we win, we're going to sit on top of the conference alone?
I think it's just going in with a bunch of confidence. Like, you have this. It's going to be a hard game, and you just got to fight it out. You got to push it out. You got to be confident, and you got to do things with intention. You can't just go out there and just fiddle around like you might with other teams. You're going out there with intention. You're going out there with confidence, and you have that mentality. If you get down, you can get right back up.
Absolutely. As we take a look at Pine City's season up to this point in Section 6AA, they're the fourth-ranked team right now at 12-4, scoring about 65.5 points per game and giving up 45 points per game. That 45 points per game given up is good enough for, let's look, 1, 2, 3, it looks like fourth still. So they've remained in that fourth place spot here for the last couple of weeks, and a good spot, not a bad spot to be. I know they would want to have that a little bit better, but some pretty good teams in this section as well. But for Pine City, again, 12-4, and they have their section home to Albany. And it just doesn't seem fair when you've got a team like Albany in your section who year in and year out just continues. It's not rebuilding or even anything like that. They just regain talent. They're reloading each and every year, and the talent doesn't seem to drop off. It doesn't seem fair, but they do their part in doing a good job. Pine City is 3-0 in this section up to this point on the season. Unfortunately, they cannot get another win here tonight, but they will in future games. But for Pine City, again, it started off not so great against St. Paul Como Park. They got the loss, but they started out good, but they just could not keep that streak running throughout the entire game. Then they would go on a 5-game win streak over Mora, Mille Lacs, Hinckley, Finlayson, East Central, and Chisago Lakes area before falling in 2 straight to Cloquet and Esco, who are both top 10 teams in their section and in their class. Then they went into the Perham tournament where they beat Sauk Center for the first time in years. And Taylor, what is it? How confidence building is it for a team to beat a team that they've played many times, both in regular season and in playoffs, that they haven't beat, to go into a setting like that on the road and get the victory?
I think that just going into confidence and just bringing your confidence up. Like, you know, we haven't done very good against this team in the past, and now we just came out and we did amazing against them. We won against them, and now we know what our abilities are. Now we can go out hard every single game like how we played that game.
And you mentioned how good they played. They won by double digits there over Sauk Center. Usually it's been close the first couple times they played that I was calling those games. It was a 2-point loss for Pine City in their first game at Pine City. Then the playoffs have been a little bit lopsided, but for Pine City to get that win, as Taylor mentioned, that is huge. But then they will lose to Perham in the championship game by a good chunk before going on this now 6-game win streak. They have collected wins over Bram, Spectrum, East Central, Mille Lacs, Hinckley-Finlayson, and just recently last Friday over St. Francis. They had a busy week last week, Taylor. 3 games in the week, Mille Lacs, Hinckley-Finlayson, and St. Francis. 2 of those conference teams, one a non-conference and non-section team. But how tough is that to have 3 games in a week and then come back the very next week and get into a game like this where there's a lot on the line?
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy out of you. You just came out from 3 huge games, and then you got to play one more. It gives you a little bit of a break, but still just coming out of those 3 big games, it just takes your energy away.
And what do you do after a week like that as a player? What do you do after a week like that to kind of recover and get ready for the game that you have coming up?
Personally, I sit back and relax and watch movies the weekend.
There you go. I like that idea. Of course, if that were me, I'd probably gain about 30 pounds over the weekend. But and I'm sure that's what Pine City did because, as we've talked about, this is a big game. This isn't a game where you can sit back and relax at any point. And looking at both of these teams as we'll switch over to Ogilvie. Ogilvie was on top of the section, but most recently lost to Cromwell Wright. But they were a top 10 team and still are a top 10 team, but they're 14-2 just behind Bram in the section at 6-1. They're the best scoring offense in the section with 73 points per game, and they give up 55 points per game. So the defense, it needs a little bit of work. They're about middle of the pack in that category, but in offense, they can generate offense. And you and I had talked about some of those key players in the pregame, but they have those two, and it's a younger core as we take a look at this Ogilvie team. They do have the 4 seniors, but after that, it's a pretty young group that they bring in for next year as well, and it's led by Cadence Pierce, only a sophomore. She's been starting since she was in 8th grade. Now, I know for Pine City, we've seen that a couple of times. The young ladies have started in 8th grade, and they've gone on to have incredible careers and even gone on to college. But how tough is that as an 8th grader to get onto a varsity court and play valuable minutes, to try and play even with the level of talent?
Yeah, it's definitely it's hard and it's relieving at the same time because you know that your hard work has paid off. And then it's also hard because you might feel uncomfortable with the seniors. You might feel scared to play with them, and then your confidence level and how hard you have worked might have gone down. And so it's kind of 50-50. You feel relieved and you feel kind of scared. You feel kind of down, and yeah.
Yeah, it is tough, but Cadence Pierce has done a really good job as we close in on the end of this pregame warm-up. But before we do, I want to look. The reason why Ogilvie dropped behind Bram in the standings, even with only 2 losses to Bram's 3, is because they lost to 2 teams Bram has beat, Walker Hackensack Akeley and Cromwell Wright. Those 2 teams Bram has beaten, Ogilvie has lost to, so that is why they dropped behind Bram in the section standings. Otherwise, Ogilvie would still be on top. So this is a big game here for both of these teams. I can't wait to see who's going to come out on top. I can't wait to see what kind of action we're going to get and what kind of play we're going to get from both of these teams. Quick keys to the game, I think, for both teams. You got to get out to a fast start. Can you get out to that fast start, and can you maintain it is going to be the big thing. But for Pine City, I think one of the biggest things is Carly Jusak has to be the key player in this one. You need to get her the ball early and often. She needs to get down underneath the basket and grab rebounds for your team, and the transition offense needs to continue the way it has with Summer Thiemann. I haven't watched Ogilvie so far this year, sadly, but I'm sure I will soon learn what this team is all about. So we'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back after a word from our fine sponsors. Then we'll be set for tip-off here on WCMP and KBEK.
untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local Auto Owners Agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
Are you looking for a position where your role impacts the community around you? Then look no further than Burnett Dairy Cooperative in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. Owned by the farmers in your community, Burnett Dairy offers numerous career options with various responsibilities and growth opportunities. Positions such as CDL drivers, who work closely with our farmers, cheese production, creating award-winning cheeses, and retail store clerks making someone's day better. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers to join our herd.
All right, settle down. Let's call the meeting of people that complain about everything all the time and never do anything about it to order. Any complaints?
Yeah, my heating bill's too high.
Oh yeah, well Bobby just bought an outdoor furnace from Central Boiler and he eliminated his heating bill.
What about the hot water?
He eliminated that heating bill too.
What about his shop?
He heats that too.
I have no more complaints.
I think Central Boiler offers a solution to our complaints.
Save money on your cooling and heating bills. Visit northlandboilersales.com, your local Central Boiler sales dealer.
A duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356.
Experience our most popular sawmill, the Big Red XP. This Canadian-built mill proudly sits on an entirely welded 24-foot jointless frame. Accepting a diameter of 32 inches, this portable sawmill can saw logs up to 21 feet long or work with two 10-foot logs at the same time. Includes an electric head position and automatic headlock. Powered by the renowned and proven Honda 20-horsepower version, the Big Red XP comes equipped with all the equipment needed. The Big Red XP is available only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City.
Wellia Health is here to keep you feeling your best so you can enjoy all the things you love best. You can count on us for your eye exams, mental health services, rehabilitation, wellness exams, urgent care, and much more. At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well. Let Wellia Health help you get back to your best. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. 320-679-1313. WelliaHealth.org.
Back here on WCMP and KBK, the simulcast of tonight's broadcast here between these two teams. A Great River Conference matchup that is about to get underway as we take a look at our starting lineups for the Pine City Dragons, head coached by Patrick Judd. It'll be number 2, Mallory Klepper, number 3, Piper Metling, number 10, Summer Thiemann, 11, Brooke Boland, and number 12, Carly Jusak. For the Lions, who are head coached by Daryl Addix, it'll be number 3, Addison Reed, number 4, Grace Hines, number 15, Lex Naring, number 21, Cadence Pierce, and 42, Amelia Arnold. As we ready for this game, this a big conference matchup. I talked about it before. Carly Jusak probably going to have to be the key player in this one for Pine City. The transition offense for Pine City going to have to be the key in this one. But watch out for Cadence Pierce as she can get going quickly along with Grace Hines. Those are the two for Ogilvie that are going to be causing problems here tonight. It's going to be a great matchup. Cadence Pierce, though, watch out for her to get going early, and if she gets hot, Pine City's going to have to stop her quickly. Game Day Gilman alongside me is Taylor Tollefson here for tonight's game. Thank you to her for joining me, and thanks to my camera lady for also being here and running the camera for me tonight. Made the drive out here to Ogilvie, Minnesota for this Great River Conference matchup, and it is going to be a great one. These two teams are going to be doing battle. These two offenses know how to score a bunch of points. Ogilvie averaging about 73 points per game, Pine City about 65, so a little bit different there. And there we go, the two powerhouses for each of these squads, Pierce and Jusak out there for tip-off. And we will see who wins it. This is going to be a good one. You can kind of feel the tension in here tonight there, Taylor. You can just tell what is on the line for both of these teams as Pine City wins the tip. And Jusak quickly for three. It's off the mark. Mallory Klepper got the rebound. And she'll go to the line and shoot two after being fouled by a member of the Lions. That is going to go against Amelia Arnold, her first foul on the evening. So Mallory Klepper at the line to shoot two, and that's an early foul there. Not ideal by either side, but if you're the Dragons and you get a point on the board first, and now Mallory Klepper will get a chance for the second. And both are good. So the Dragons are on the board first, and we talked about the early start for both of these teams. Who is going to get off to it? Pine City gets on the board first. That doesn't mean that it's a quick start per se, but that is big for the Dragons. Quickly getting it up the court the other way for the Lions was Nearing, and she missed. Who else but Jusak got the rebound quickly up the court. Summer Thiemann no good on the shot. Pierce for the Lions gets the rebound, and now she will take it up the court, and it was knocked out from behind by Mallory Klepper, but it will stay with the Lions. And that was a smart play there, Taylor, by Klepper to knock that one out from behind. That could have, a lot of times we see that be a foul, but she did a good job of making sure she got all ball.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's such a smart play, even when you know that person's going down and they're going down hard.
Hines with a three that's missed. Jusak with the rebound. She'll take it the other way. Drop it in for two on the pass from Klepper, and it's 4-0 Pine City. This is usually where the Dragons, that's a travel carry, one of the two. Sadly there for Hines. She didn't think so, but yeah, in watching it, she picked up that dribble and carried it, and sadly that is a turnover. Some might let you get away with it, some won't, and in the case here tonight, that was a little too long for the referee and his liking, so he will call it. Inbounded here by Pine City. They'll look to go and extend their lead, but as I've mentioned, this is kind of where Pine City almost starts to cool off. They get off to a good start, but then after that 4 points, it seems like there's a little bit of a drop-off, so we'll hope not to have that here. Grace Hines, she's going to try and get the three-party started early. It's no good. Nearing with the rebound, and then it's dropped in for two, and I believe that was Hines with the two. It was. So she gets the Lions on the board. It's 4-2 now. A three from Jusak is through, and she makes it 7-2. A little bit of full court pressure here by the Lions, but quickly up the court now for Reed. She goes all the way across court to Arnold for three. That's just off the mark, and Jusak there for the rebound. Already Jusak showing her presence as a rebounder, and she's going to need to be. Piper Metling drops it in on a beautiful pass from Summer Thiemann to make it 9-2. And this pass up the court to Arnold, nearly taken away by Metling. Poked away by Bolin, stolen by Jusak, and Thiemann could not keep it in front of her. And, Taylor, in that one, it's almost good that it went out of bounds because the Lions were right there to grab it, and they might have had an open shot down court.
Yeah, definitely. Now they're going to have to restart and get back down on the court and try to make a new play. So
maybe better that it went out of bounds, and yeah, no free chances there for Ogilvie as Thiemann swats that one away, and it's stolen away by Klepper. Klepper has that swatted away. Oh, nope, not yet. Oh, and Jusak didn't realize it in time. And Jusak is going to hold on to it. It'll be a jump ball. So Jusak didn't realize the ball was still up for grabs in time. She went and dove after it, as did Nearing. They both tie it up, and it will be Ogilvie ball. Both teams, you can feel the energy, the anxiousness, whatever you'd like to call it, the nerves, the pressure, all of it here tonight between these two teams. That one's going to be long. And not the smartest move by Pine City. They let it go, and it was Cadence Pierce who got the rebound twice and is going to put it up and in for two. They could have easily had a rebound there, but they wanted to let it go out. But I think in this game here, Taylor, you're going to have to be more aggressive than not.
Yeah, definitely agree. You definitely can tell that already the tension is up and that they're going to do everything in their power to get it up.
And now Piper Metling with a beautiful pass once again. It's 11-4, Pine City. And we get, looks like a foul here on Summer Thiemann. So Thiemann, the guilty Dragon, will pick up the first team foul and her first foul. Only one between both teams as we're 3 minutes in. Getting it up the court just past. Oh, that was another carry that Hines got away with again on that sideline, but he didn't catch it in time. Arnold has it, and it's stolen away by Summer Thiemann. She's done a really good job of that lately, and she's fouled as she takes it to the basket. So she'll go to the line and shoot two, and I believe the guilty Lion was Addison Reed. Yeah, so Addison Reed with her first, team second, and Thiemann's at the line now for two. First one is up, no good. By Thiemann, that one looked good, but just off the mark. So she'll have one more. And she drops that one in. So 1 of 2 there for Summer Thiemann to make it 12-4. But now here come the Lions. Grace Hines, she's already shown that she's not afraid to take the threes early and often. Even in the face of some pressure, now she gives it to Pierce into the near side corner for Reed for 3. No good, and an easy rebound that time from Mallory Klepper. She'll give it up the court to Summer Thiemann just inside the perimeter. Shot is up, no good. And I feel like that one might have been rushed a little bit there by Thiemann. Thought she could have maybe taken a step or let the offense get back, but it's rebounded by Hines. Or excuse me, that's Pierce. Pierce trying to get around the defense. She drives inside on Jusak. That's no good. Rebound up for grabs. Still on the floor and taken. Wow, nice rebound there by the Lions. I think that was Nearing who actually got it and then gave it off to Hines, but this is stolen away by Thiemann. She feels the pressure, can't drop it in, and it's rebounded by Hines, quickly back the other way. Hines along two. That rattles out, but then falls through to make it 12-6. These teams' pace, they don't want to slow. Klepper got the pass from Jusak, then was bothered inside, gave it out to Metling, now to Thiemann. They'll slow things down on offense a little bit here with the Dragons. Trying to get something set up as they give it off to Thiemann on the far side. Thiemann looking. We'll give it to Metling. Oh, almost a foul there by Hines, but good job keeping her hands out of a foul spot. Now pass to Klepper from Jusak. Klepper in some trouble. Looking for Bolin. Bolin just gets it before the over and back call, but the shot clock violation is there, and the ball will go back to the Lions. And good defense there by the Lions. Give them credit. Give them credit where credit is due, but now we'll see a couple new players in for both teams into the game. Number 10 and 2 for the Ogilvie Lions. Number 10, that is Ruby Beyer. But with it is Nearing. She'll give it over to number 2, who is Aaliyah Robin. And travel going to be called there on Robin. So Leah Robin traveled, and checking into the game for the first time here for the Dragons is Vivian Lottie. And last Friday she got to play with her sister in attendance, as she was able to get back from University of Wisconsin Green Bay. That's how you say it. Pass was tipped inside to Jusak, and it is up and no good. Rebounded that time by Beyer. Give it up the court here to Aaliyah Robin. Robin picks up her dribble, gives it off to Pierce. Pierce, you don't want to leave her open. And luckily they miss, and Jusak grabs the ball. For Pine City, a lucky miss there, but Lions get lucky as well as Jusak misses, and Pierce gets the rebound. Now Hines brings it up the court. Quick two, it's dropped through. Grace Hines has got some quick feet to her, and the pace has just been set. The pace has been set, and we got a timeout, and I think that's much needed for both teams. 12:16 to go here in the first half. On that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, custom Light Force braces, Invisalign clear aligners, 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, Cambridge. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at EmbraceMN.com. Taylor, woo-wee, not a lot of time to catch our breath or talk there at the start of this one, as we're almost 6 minutes into the first half. But what are your impressions here so far?
You can definitely feel the tension between these two teams. Holy moly. They're both going very hard. They're both really fast. Their offense is quick. Their defense is strong. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have anything much to say. It's an amazing game so far. It really has been, and the pace has just been incredible. But it kind of feels like Pine City is trying to slow it down just a little bit to maybe get Ogilvie off their mark, so to speak, because I think both teams, it's an incredible pace. I don't think it's a pace both teams are going to be able to keep up, but it is an incredible pace as we see a shot miss, but rebounded and put back in for 2 by Jusak.
as it's now 14-8. Wide open underneath the basket, calling for it. Couldn't get it, but a three there. I didn't see that was Aaliyah Robin. And this Ogilvie team, they're not afraid to shoot it from three early and often. And Pine City's that's going to probably be something Pine City's going to have to check with, because they really haven't been able to stop them from shooting those threes. They haven't been able to bother them, really. Ogilvie just kind of has no fear, and they're putting up those threes. A three here from Jusak, just off the mark. Metling had the rebound, and it was off of Ogilvie. It was Metling's ball, but it was knocked out of bounds by a member of the Lions, Byer. Metling will inbound it here to Jusak, gives it off to Thiemann. Thiemann dribbles once, looks inside to Vivian Lottie. Lottie to Jusak. Jusak couldn't get it to fall, and a rebound. No! Oh, a little bit of a quick whistle there. They're going to call a jump ball as Vivian Lottie stole the rebound from Aaliyah Robin, but they blew the whistle beforehand. Looks like checking back into the game is Brooke Boland for Mallory Klepper. And we'll get a quick substitution for the Lions. Number 34, that is going to be Bethany Besser. Quick inbound here to Jusak, and she easily drops it in for two. That is exactly what the Dragons were hoping for on that type of play, 16-11, but here come the Lions. A little bit of full court pressure there. Oh, and Thiemann got hit in the throat, it looks like. Not on purpose, obviously, as Hines' shot is no good. Jusak's going to bring down the rebound, but cannot get it to her teammate. Going to be knocked out of bounds by a member of the Lions. And, yeah, Thiemann, she's still out there. She's okay, but I think she might have gotten an ill-advised elbow to the neck. She does appear to be okay, though. She is tough, though.
Yeah.
Boland up the court. Looking. Can't get it off cleanly. Stolen away by Bethany Besser. Quickly up the court. Grace Hines. Quick two, and she is hot. She has gotten hot now, and that is the worry for Pine City, is if Grace Hines or Pierce get hot, they're hard to stop. Pass out to Thiemann from Metling, all the way across the court to Boland. Slashing inside, Jusak gets it to fall. That was a beautiful pass, and Jusak, as I mentioned, probably going to have to be the playmaker here for the Dragons, unless they can get anybody else open, but right now they just can't seem to find anybody else. Knocked away by Vivian Lottie. Blocked again by Jusak. My goodness. Back-to-back blocks by the Dragons, and it's taken away by Jusak. Wow. No call there. A little bit of surprise that it wasn't called a foul on either Lottie or Jusak. But then taking it up the court all the way, Metling taking it to the basket, and she's fouled. That one going to go against Pierce, her first, team's third. And Metling is at the line now for two, as the first one's up no good. And free throws have played a big factor for both of these squads, but for Pine City specifically, and I think they'll probably need some more free throws than not here in this one, as Metling misses the first and cannot get the second one to drop in. Oh, the rebound stolen away by Thiemann. Thiemann now with her third steal. That rebound there, Nearing had it, and unfortunately she tipped it back in to Thiemann. And now Thiemann gets fouled by Nearing, and Thiemann will be at the line for two. She drops in the first one, and Nearing, it was a tough rebound there for Nearing, because Nearing was right on the baseline there, Taylor, and she kind of had no choice.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of you don't know where to put it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she really had no choice there, as you heard Taylor say, and unfortunately it was a turnover. So Thiemann makes them both. It's 20-13. Just a couple substitutions here on each side, and we're back to the action on the inbound. Pierce gets it. She gives it over to Hines on the far side. Hines on the far side, dribbles around one defender, giving it off near side now to Pierce. Going all the way across the court here to Besser. Besser along two, drills it. And she's coming off the bench and getting smooth right away. So early on, this Ogilvie team finding really any shots that they want and getting them to fall. And a beautiful pass there. The assist from Summer Thiemann to Jusak. That was a no-look pass, and it was a beautiful one. Wide open, though, is Pierce on the far side elbow, giving it off to Besser. Back to Pierce. Pierce looking. She's going to be double teamed now. Gives it over. Here to Reed. To Hines. Quick pop of the three. No good. And that is Summer Thiemann with the rebound. Thiemann quickly up the court, trying to get it to Klepper. Just a little too high out of her reach. And it will go back to the lines. And that feels like something here in this game, Taylor, that you just can't have. It feels like you're going to have to keep holding on to these balls, because it doesn't. If you make a mistake like that, it feels like Ogilvie right now just has all the opportunities in the world to capitalize off of those mistakes.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You make those small mistakes, and it just kind of shuts you down, because you know that you know better, and you know that that's like out of the blue for you.
Absolutely, as we do see a mistake in back-to-back, as Ogilvie got a lob shot that went over the head of a player, as now Carly Jusak hits a three. That's big, because now it's up to a 10-point lead for Pine City. Meanwhile, Grace Hines has it back for the Lions. She'll go underneath the basket to Besser, back outside to Pierce. Pierce, he was quickly guarded by Boland, but a step-back three, and it's banked in! Cadence Pierce, the step-back three, it banks in, and it's 25-18. Boland being bothered by Besser, looking for Lati. Oh, and it goes through her hands. She could not keep it alive. And Boland could not get around Besser. And again, got to give credit to Ogilvie, because Besser was all over Boland. She gave her no room to breathe. But if you're Pine City, those are the mistakes that we just talked about that it seems like you just can't have here in this game tonight. As Bethany Besser wide open underneath. Shot is no good. Lucky maybe for Pine City there, as she did get fouls. So she'll go to the line to shoot two. That is going to go against Mallory Klepper, her first, team's second. And Bethany Besser at the line to shoot two. First one is up, and it rattles home for Bethany Besser. Make it 25-19. That one rattles home as well, so she makes them both. Make it 25-20. Back the other way come the Dragons. And nearly losing it was Boland. She somehow got it back, and it will get out to Jusak, but it's stolen away by Cadence Pierce. She has it all the way, and that's too easy. Fast break opportunity. We talked about the fast break, and there it is for Cadence Pierce. Pine City's going to have to find it their own. Thiemann has it. She'll give it off to Klepper. Goes inside to Jusak. Jusak, turnaround jumper, no good. It's going to be Pierce with the rebound, and all of a sudden the tide has turned into the Lions' favor. Pierce thought about three. Instead, she'll pass off to Besser. Now looking for Hines, because Grace Hines, she'll pull it up from anywhere. Her shot is long, and is rebounded there by Brooke Boland. Brooke Boland will slow it down just a little bit, and now she'll give it off on the near side here to Summer Thiemann. All the way across now to Boland. Boland looking. She bounce passes it to Lati. Lati looking. She goes, fakes the pass one way, now gives it to Jusak. Underneath the basket to Lati, who drops it in for two. That was well guarded by the Ogilvie defender, but Lati fought through the contact and got it to drop in for two. 27-22. Dragons lead only by 5. Lions, they are feeling it. Hines spins inside, gives it off to Reed. Reed wanted to go to Cadence Pierce, and now this ball is tipped and stolen away by Lati. Lati can't get it to drop in, but Jusak will. Jusak being a great teammate right behind her and dropping it in for two. Great steal, though, by Lati to get that fast break opportunity. I think she heard the footsteps, though, of Grace Hines there, Taylor.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, and Grace Hines hits a three. That's a beautiful looking shot there by Grace Hines, and she quickly turns it back to only a 4-point deficit here for the Lions. We get a timeout called here by the Lions. Give us a chance to look at that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. 6:22 to go. It's a 29-25 lead for the Dragons. They'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Plus, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear liners. You can find out more, of course, at EmbraceMN.com. That's EMBRACEMN.com. Game Day Gilman. Taylor Tollefson here on the call for this Great River Conference matchup. A simulcast on both WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, and 95.5 FM, KBEK. Been a good matchup so far to this point here, Taylor. And I'm a little bit surprised. The pace has not slowed at all.
No, definitely. It stayed the exact same. So I wonder if they're kind of going steady and going at their 50%, and then when it hits the last few minutes, they're going to hit it hard.
It will be interesting to see how this half will end for sure because, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much they have left in the tank. But this one's going to be stolen away by Byer. She takes it up the court. Shot is up. No good. Oh, and then Vivian Lati got the rebound. It hit the head of Grace Hines. Is that a steal? I don't know. I don't know what to call that one. Vivian Lati literally came down with the rebound. As she did, it hit the head of Hines, and she pulled it down and put it up in for two. I don't know what to call with that one. That's the first time I've ever seen something like that, as Vivian Lati gets the rebound here. He'll go back outside to Lati. That's going to be long. And Hines will pull in the rebound. Down by only 2 here, and this is it's a big possession for both squads. And no surprise, Pierce going to look for the 3 to take the lead. No, almost got it to fall, but Jusak picks up the rebound. And, we have an Ogilvie defender down. And, Summer, how is that not a foul there? Summer Thiemann got a hit as she was going for the rebound, and sadly coming up slow is Lex Nearing. Hope she's okay. Wish nothing but the best for her, and hopefully she's able to work back into this one. She's going to walk to the bench area. Again, never, ever, ever want to see anybody injured, so hopefully she's okay. Pine City will get to inbound. Oh, nice move there by Carly Jusak. Kind of lulled the defender to sleep there and then turned it on to make it 31-27. 5:05 to go. Grace Hines, 3. Just off the mark, but pulling that rebound in is Byer. She'll give it back out to Pierce. Pierce getting around one defender, slicing past another, putting that one up and in for 2. Cadence Pierce for 2 to make it 31-29. Carly Jusak up the court with it. Fakes it one way. Oh, they're going to say that wasn't a foul. Jusak looking at the referee saying, really? And here's the tie. As Grace Hines takes it the other way and ties it at 31. Yeah, I don't know how that one wasn't a foul. Jusak was, that was about 3 different hands that were around her, but 31-31. Dragons, as that one was knocked out of bounds, they will get it back. Got to give the Lions credit, though. They quickly got that rebound after the Jusak miss and got it up the court, and Pierce dropped it in for 2. Hines dropped it in for 2. Klepper nearly loses it. Somehow gets it back, puts it up, drops it in for 2, plus the and 1. And we'll see who that foul is going to be on. 21. So Cadence Pierce will grab her second. She'll, not ideal, but she still has 3 left to move around with. And now at the line for the possible 3-point play is Mallory Klepper. That is up. It's not good, unfortunately, because, and that's unfortunate, but it hit the pulley that works the backboard up and down. And unfortunately, they got to figure out a way to get those, I think, a little bit tighter, Taylor, because there have been many times in games that you and I have called together where that has come into play.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe if it was just a little bit tighter, then maybe it'd be different, but...
As we see a miss here by the Dragons, then Klepper got the rebound, then that was missed. Pierce got the rebound. And Pierce will drive in. Shot is up, no good, but we'll get a foul here on Pine City. And Sugar Line and shoot 2. And Pine City a little bit confused on why they got the foul, but couldn't really see from here, Taylor, as to the foul call, but that's why the referees are out there. Or did they? There it is. Okay, they were just a little bit late on getting the foul up there. Pierce, no good on the first. 33-31, 3:48 to go in the first half between these two teams. No good on that one either. Interesting. So it was rebounded by Jusak. Really no surprise there. Summer Thiemann didn't realize the ball was coming to her. She pulled it down, though. Jusak looking. She decides to slowly drive towards the basket, then gives it off to Bolin. Going inside to Jusak. Nice bounce pass there to Bolin, and that was going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Lions. Lottie will check in for Mallory Klepper. Dragons will get to inbound it. Metling looking. That was a little bit of an ill-advised pass. Tried to force it into Jusak, but it was stolen away by Byer. And now Grace Hines looking. She'll give it off on the near side here for three. And the Lions have the lead. A three there by Aaliyah Robin. And it's 34-33. That could push things in the Lions' favor because that's their first lead of the night. Piper Metling in some trouble. She'll give it off to Bolin. Bolin picks up her dribble, gives it back to Lottie. 34-33. Lions with the lead. Lottie gives it off to Metling. Metling hasn't had any chance for an open shot. Now Jusak will look to drive inside. Can't get it to fall. It's Robin with the rebound. That's tough. And now here comes Grace Hines. Blocked from behind by Jusak. That's big because if the Lions are able to add on to their lead here, it might slowly start to slip away from Pine City, Taylor. And it feels like for Ogilvie, they've been this close for basically the entire first half, and now they finally have a lead.
Yeah, definitely. Something like that, just that block is going to get the momentum back up, and then the momentum is going to keep going, and then you're going to feel more confident than you were.
And now going down the other way after a rebound by Vivian Lottie. Summer Thiemann puts it up and in for two. There'll be a 1-point lead here for the Dragons, and this shot no good. Was up for grabs, but no one from the Dragons could pull it down. This time they will. Bolin going to be the one who pulls it down for the Dragons. The other time it was Grace Hines who pulled it in for the Ogilvie Lions, give them a second chance scoring opportunity. Summer Thiemann drives inside. Shot is up no good, but she's fouled, and she'll go to line and shoot two. 35-34, under 2.5 to go in the first half of action here between these two teams. It's been action-packed, to say the least. We're going to get the, unfortunately, that was Cadence Pierce who got her third foul. Not the player you want to see with 3+ fouls in a first half if you're Ogilvie. Summer Thiemann drops in the first free throw, and we'll see a couple of substitutions on both sides. Yeah, so Pierce, unfortunately, going to have to sit the rest of the first half with 3 fouls. Less than ideal here for Ogilvie. Summer Thiemann could not drop that one in, and it's rebounded by Byer. And now she's quickly up the court the other way, and that's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by, oh, no way. They're going to say it was last touch by Ogilvie, or Pine City. Wow. I thought after Lottie had touched it, I thought it was a member of the Lions who had touched it last, but not the case. And again, they have a much better view than we do, so.
Yeah.
Nice 2 there from Ruby Byer to tie it up at 36 apiece. Nice job there by her. She was wide open, and why not? Klepper has it. That's Metling who gives it over to Lottie now to Klepper, and she loses it, and it will go back to the Lions. Dragons right now don't seem to have that same gusto they once had on offense, but the Lions only seem to be getting better as the game goes along. Under 2 minutes now to go in this first half. And almost losing it was Reed, and then tipping it, stealing it for the Dragons is Mallory Klepper. She can't get it to fall, and it's rebounded by the Lions, and that is where the Dragons are going to have to improve. That fast break offense just can't get anything to fall right now. Missed shot there by the Lions, rebounded by Jusak. Quickly up the court, Summer Thiemann is fouled again, and she'll go to line and shoot 2. That foul is going to be on Addison Reed, her second, team's 7th. And again, Thiemann will be at the line to shoot 2. Thiemann has been a big part of this offense this year. She's really grown in that role. A little bit too much on that one. But she'll get another chance at it. Substitution here for Pine City, under 1.5 minutes to go. And that one's in. So 1 for 2 there from Summer Thiemann. Makes it 37-36. But if you're a Dragon player, coach, fan, it almost felt like there, Taylor, you needed both.
Yeah, definitely agreed.
As that shot is missed, Jusak with the rebound, quickly up the court to Thiemann. And probably should have just let that one go as she'll swat it back in, but it's stolen by Grace Hines. And that fast break offense for Ogilvie has been huge. And they will not get it to fall. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Jusak. After the initial rebound there, I believe that was Besser. Ball is out of bounds, and it will stay with the Dragons. 37-36, under a minute to go in this first half. Inbound here from Metling to Boland. Boland looking, then she'll take it. And yeah, they're going to get Amelia Arnold on that one. And she tried to swap the ball, but got a little bit too much contact on that one, and that will send Boland to the line for a 1-and-1. And this is another spot here, Taylor, where it seems like, man, the Dragons really need both.
Yeah, I totally agree. This is going to get the momentum up, and this is going to get your quick twos, your quick threes. And
so Boland cannot connect, and getting the rebound there is Bethany Besser. Here come the Lions, though. That's Grace Hines, no surprise. And that one is a little bit of a surprise because she couldn't get the three to drop. Jump ball call. Possession arrow favors the Lions. Lion fans are a little upset there, but that was a clean tie-up. Hines got it on the perimeter. There's not too many other people they want to handle this ball right now other than Hines, especially on the perimeter. Boland nearly got the foul. She let up in time, and she will get the rebound. Quickly up the court come the Dragons. Boland for three. That looks good, and it is. Brooke Boland for three to make it 40-36. But here come the Lions. Grace Hines trying to open herself up for three, but she gives it off to Robin, and Leah Robin back to Hines. She'll put up the three. No good. And Vivian Lati will hold on to it for the end of half number one. Breathe, everybody. Let's take a break. Let's take a moment to breathe, collect our breaths, and we'll take a commercial break. Hear a word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll be giving you your halftime stats, and we'll talk about some of the keys to this game for both sides. But when we come back, after a word from our fine sponsors, halftime score reads Pine City 40, Lions 36 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. Back after a word from our fine sponsors, you're listening to Girls Basketball on WCMP and KBEK.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
AOML. BRB. B4N.
Period 02.
BF.
143.
AAK.
1 a.m.
Apostrophe S apostrophe.
These are two teenage girls texting each other, and we have no idea what they're saying either. Maybe the WCMP Deals guy can translate.
This week, grab $10 tickets to the Duluth Sports Show. Grilling seminars from Mad Dog and Merrill. Dexter the dog that learned to walk like a human, and more. Only $10.
No, I don't think that's what they were saying at all. But find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. OMG, TTYL. Money sign, heart emoji.
Everyone knows there are great places to play in northwestern Wisconsin, but did you know there are great places to work? Burnett Dairy Cooperative is just outside of Grantsburg, Wisconsin, and offers numerous career options with a wide variety of responsibilities, schedules, and growth opportunities. Some positions may include CDL driver, cheese production, and seasonal workers. Burnett Dairy Cooperative has competitive wages, 401k, profit sharing, and many other great benefits. Be part of our herd. visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
This can be the loneliest sound, and it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
AOML.
BRB.
B4N.
Period 02.
BF.
143.
AAK.
1 a.m.
Apostrophe S apostrophe.
These are two teenage girls texting each other, and we have no idea what they're saying either. Maybe the WCMP deals guy can translate.
This week, grab $10 tickets to the Duluth Sports Show. Fishing seminars, hundreds of exhibitors. You can even get your deer scored. All for only $10.
No, I don't think that's what they were saying at all. But find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. OMG, TTYL. Money sign, heart emoji.
Introducing the Red Runner 2017 Deluxe Firewood Processor. This Canadian-assembled, all-in-one, towable firewood solutions capable of producing 3 face cords per hour. The Red Runner comes equipped with a powerful 18-inch Oregon chainsaw bar, 10-foot-long adjustable conveyor, 2, 4, or even 6-way adjustable splitter head. Fits logs up to 12 feet long and 16 inches in diameter. This high-performance personal firewood processor is powered by a Honda GX390 industrial engine, found only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Hey, you looking for a reliable propane supplier? Look no further than Burnett Dairy Propane. Proud to serve you, providing top-notch propane services all year round, offering convenient delivery options and flexible payment plans that suit your schedule and budget. Trust the experts in the field, Burnett Dairy Propane. Call them today at 715-689-1032 or visit them online at burnettdairy.com. Burnett Dairy Propane, your dependable propane partner.
Welcome back here on the simulcast of tonight's girls basketball game. A Great River Conference matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the Ogilvie Lions. The first half, Taylor, I think you and I have finally caught our breath here in this one. It was quite the first half of play. Before we get into it, let's just take a quick look at some stats here, starting with the Dragons, the visiting team. Leading the way was Carly Jusak with 20, then 6 for Summer Thiemann, 4 for both Klepper and Metling, 3 for Bolin, and 2 for Vivian Lati, 12 rebounds for Carly Jusak. They were 7 of 14 rebound-wise. They had 8 steals, 3 blocks, and 3 fouls. For the Ogilvie Lions, leading the way for them was Grace Hines with 13 points. Then it was Cadence Pierce with 9, 6 for Aaliyah Robin, 4 for Bethany Besser, and then 2 for Ruby Beyer. They were 3 for 5 from the free throw. I was looking at rebounds while I was trying to say that. 8 rebounds for Cadence Pierce. She leads the team. They had 6 steals, no blocks, and 8 fouls there in that first half. So, Taylor, give us your impressions there on that first half of play.
The first word that comes to mind is the tension. The tension just between the two teams. You can definitely tell on the bench by the coaches, like, they just look tense. And so you already, like, before it even started, you already knew it was a good game. But it has definitely shown how much both these teams want this and how much they have been working hard up to this moment.
I think that's a great word to just use, how much they want this. And I think that's exactly what it is, too, because neither team, obviously, is looking to lose. That's of course, obvious. But I love how you explained it. They want this. And there is a lot on the line here tonight if you are just joining us. These two teams come into tonight undefeated in the conference. The winner moves to the top of the conference alone. They will sit alone. Now, neither team, if they win here tonight, will sit undefeated for long, or I should say will be undefeated and will hold on to that for long because they'll have to put it on the line again. For Ogilvie, though, if they were to win, they'd have to put it on the line Thursday as they would host Bram. For Pine City, they would have to put it on the line next Thursday against Bram. So neither team would be able to hold on to that for too long without having to put it on the line. But it has been quite a fun first half. And looking at it here for Ogilvie, one of the things that I think they're looking at with a little bit of concern is the fact that Cadence Pierce, their second leading scorer, has 3 fouls in that first half. And they came kind of one after the other late in that half. So I think if you're Ogilvie, you're kind of looking at that and going, okay, we might need to pull her off defense a little bit. But she's also one of your better defenders as well. So you're kind of thinking to yourself, how do we find a happy medium here? How do we pull her back a tad, but not pull her back too much so as to let Pine City run wild? So that's going to be tough, I think, for Ogilvie here in this second half. For Pine City, you obviously don't just want to run your offense through Carly Jusak because then all that Ogilvie's going to do is just key off on that one player. But that's kind of the beauty with both these teams. You can't really key off on one player because you got other players who can shoot the ball really well. But right now, Ogilvie's doing a great job playing some man defense and also some great kind of zone pressure defense, as well. So, Taylor, right before we get started with this second half, what do you think is a key? Give us one key for each team here to win tonight.
One key for Ogilvie, I really think, is now that they're down, I feel like they just need to be quick with their offense, be more faster, get more twos. Like if there's a shot for a 3, go for the 3, but just focus on getting that point and getting it up and getting over so that you have that run and that you have that positive and confidence run. And then for Dragons, I really think it's just pressing more on defense, not pressing too much where they're fouling, but pressing where they are, where it's hard for Ogilvie to have a good offense.
I would definitely agree because, Ogilvie, they did have the lead there for about 30 seconds there in that first half, and then that's not being rude. That's about how quick it was because Pine City came back and regained the lead and have held on to it since. But, yeah, I would agree. I think Ogilvie might have to step it up just a tad. And if you're Pine City, the defense is going to have to clamp down. That's not ideal. They're going to have a turnover right away. Cadence Pierce has it. She gets the steal, give it off to Grace Hines. Grace Hines sidesteps one defender. She wants Pierce, but she's not open. Instead, she'll give it to Arnold. Now into the corner here for Reed. Reed will circle around the perimeter. She'll give it off far side here now for Bethany Besser, who puts up a shot. Oh, it rattles out! And Brooke Bolin will pick up the rebound. Back the other way, Pine City. Jusak had it underneath the basket. She couldn't hold on to it. Mallory Klepper grabs it back, and she'll give it out to Bolin. Oh, Bolin let it go, and you can't do that. And Addison Reed gets the steal and drops it in for 2. And that's one thing we've seen only once from the Dragons there in that first half, but it was huge as Ogilvie scored off it, and they do again. And if you're Pine City, you can't have that happen, as a shot is no good there, rebounded by Grace Hines. And now she's looking to tie this one up. She'll back it outside, and she wanted the 3. She'll go inside now to Besser, back outside to Reed, back over to Hines. Hines not afraid to shoot over a defender. She'll pull it down, try and drive inside. She lost her dribble, and there's the lane. Knocked out by Jusak. Jusak with her 3rd block. Gives it up the court. Summer Thiemann no good. Jusak gets the rebound and drops it in for 2. 42-38 is the score now. And Pierce looking for three. Oh, it's out again. Jusak with the rebound. That's twice now that they've had that shot that it has circled out. Bolin now for three. That's going to be banked home. 45-38. Both teams showing why you can't leave them open from three. Here comes Grace Hines, though. She's not afraid to shoot over 8 defenders we've seen there in the first half. It's a little bit of a block. Gives it off to Arnold on the near side. Tipped and rebound still up for grabs. That should be Pine City ball as it went off of Grace Hines. Jusak a little bit upset with herself there that she couldn't pull in the rebound. And in talking with her, if you talk to her about basketball at all, that's what she cares most about is rebounding. She cares most about getting the ball back for her team. She could care less about scoring. Obviously, she cares about it, but she really is involved with rebounding, and that has certainly helped the Dragons here. Not just this season, but in seasons past, Taylor. And obviously she's their leading rebounder right now, but, I mean, what is it like for the Dragons to know that pretty much if you have a chance at a rebound, more than likely she's going to get it?
Yeah, that kind of goes into a trust factor, and I bring this up every single game, and it's those key players that you know that you can trust. Kind of like looking at the boys basketball team, Briar Willard. He's a guy that he would just throw his body out there. Carly Jusak is one of those players that you can trust and that you can trust to get put up points and that you can trust getting the rebounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I would totally agree as Vivian Lotti gets the foul, her first, team's first of the second half. Pierce, no good on the first free throw. And good on the second, though. So that'll make it 45-39. Up the court quickly, though, are the Dragons. Summer Thiem inside, steps a defender. That one's out. It rattles out. Rebound is taken by Grace Hines. And the Ogilvie Lions all of a sudden are pulling in some rebounds now. Grace Hines shot no good. Cannot get her own rebound. Vivian Lotti will get it. Gets it up the court to a streaking Summer Thiem, but it's no good. And rebounded by Grace Hines. Right now, Taylor, it seems like Pine City might be pressing too much on offense.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
And that ball, you're going to say it's out on Pine City. That was pretty close. I think they did get the right call, but I think it was close. 45-39, inbound to Besser. Now over to Pierce. Trying to get around one defender. Lotti doing a good job, giving her enough space, but also staying close enough. Now on the far side to Hines. Hines, there's the three, but it's blocked by Piper Metling. Metling with a block. And here's the fast break offense of Summer Thiem, and this time she drops it in for two, but quickly back the other way come the Lions, and it's a long two there. That's no good. Rebounded by Jusak. Give her 15 on the night now. Lotti quickly inside to Jusak. Through the contact, drops it in for two, and it's 49-39, and the Lions are back out, or excuse me, the Dragons are back out to a 10-point lead. And now we talked about it, or I mentioned it quick, how Pine City seemed to be pressing on offense too much. They had a couple opportunities like that where they got the fast break, or they got a steal, or a nice rebound, and they got that open pass down the court, but it seemed like they'd get the offense there, and it seemed like they could have maybe taken a second or two to find a better shot or to pass it off to somebody. Would you agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree. It looks like they're playing fast offense, but the offense is too fast, if that kind of makes sense. Like, you don't want to have too fast of an offense, but you want to have a fast offense.
Right, correct. So, I think as fast as they're playing, it's good because obviously we've seen now they're up to a 10-point lead again, but I think if they just maybe when they get a fast break like that, or they have an awkward shot, maybe they take one more second to either pass it off or see if they can't take a second to look at the basket and take a better shot. So, but both teams doing a really good job here. The pace has continued into the second half, if you can believe it. And another rebound here and fast break opportunity for Piper Metling. That's no good. Rebounded by Besser. And wasn't able to see who got the rebound on the other side for the Dragons. And now we'll get a foul here in Pine City. They're going to get Jusak with her first. Team second. And will send Pierce to the line for 2. And she rattles that one home. So good on that free throw. Make it 40-49. As Pierce drops that one in as well. So she makes them both there to make it 49-41. Jusak with it, gives it off on the far side to Piper Metling, and that's going to be a little too long. Grace Hines with an easy rebound. And Piper Metling can shoot it from 3. And nice job by Boland to pull up there. He lets the defender, or the offensive player, shoot the ball, but pressured her enough to make her miss. And then a pass up the court for Pine City. Goes off the mark, and Ogilvie is going to get it back. So that is what the Dragons do not need as a team, because Taylor, we talked about it. It's the little mistakes that they cannot have in this game. As Jusak gets the rebound, back over to Thiemann. Beautiful pass to Klepper, blocked on the shot by Pierce, and maybe could have been called a foul, but they haven't really called that one all night. And then it's a 2 here for Bethany Besser. So they are consistent with the call, but that one should have been more or less. But like the consistency, as now Jusak is inside. Well, if they're going to call that one a foul, then I think you got to call the one previous a foul as well. So Arnold is going to get called for the foul. That's her third and the team's first of the second half, but that will send Jusak to the line for 2. First one is up and good. Make it 50-43. Couple substitutions here for Ogilvie. And Jusak drops them both in. Make it 51-43. And this ball... Ooh. That's respectfully disagree on that one. So Brooke Boland will pick up her first, and the team's third. That matches their first half total. Yeah, they're both they were both going after the ball. I don't know that you can. Yeah, we'll keep it at that. It's a tough call. So the Lions will have it back. Pierce under some pressure, gives it back to Robin, inside to Bethany Besser. They're going to tie it up, and Vivian Lottie, man, she is, I think she's a little bit upset at some of the calls. She was aggressive on that one, my goodness. But the jump ball and the possession arrow will favor the Lions, so they hold on to it, so it doesn't hurt them. It will inbound to Pierce. Pierce being doubled right now by a few Dragons. Interesting strategy, but that will leave Robin open underneath. That's no good. And it will go off a member of the Lions. That was close. I wasn't sure if that wasn't off of Jusak. I thought they may have gave it back to the Lions. I thought it was close, but they call it, and they'll say it's Pine City ball. But there's Robin to get it right back. And a foul. So she drops it in for 2, and that's called compounding a mistake. Summer Thiemann gets called for the foul, her second, and now Leah Robin for the chance at the three-point play. She drops it in. So that'll make it 51-46. Jusak up the court. Thiemann back to Jusak, a long 3, and that is off the mark. No, it didn't hit it though.
Yeah, it did. It hit
it.
It
did.
It skimmed it right on the side of it.
From my angle, I didn't really see anything, but yeah, that has been an issue here in this game here, Taylor. There's not much that the high school itself can do, really, so we're not going to blame anybody for it, but it's just unfortunate that it has played a factor like it has.
Yeah.
Hines for 3, excuse me, Taylor, I did not mean to cut you off, but Hines will hit a 3, and all of a sudden, the Lions have all said momentum. They're giving Jusak a double team now, and now she'll get it off to Metling. Metling all the way across the court here to Thiemann. Thiemann steps the defender, now to Bolin. To Metling, in the face of a defender, can't drop it in. Rebounded by Robin, and all of a sudden, it's crunch time here for Pine City. They need to make a stop, but that's not Robin, that is Hines, who could not get that one to fall. It's rebounded by Metling. Quickly up the court, Bolin almost lost it. Piper Metling will lose it. Stolen away by Grace Hines. She'll give it off to, stolen away by Pierce. Picked up by Hines. And now Pine City will get another foul. And that's, again, compounding the mistake here for Pine City. Not only did they give up the steal, but now they give up another foul. That's only the first for Metling, but if you're the Dragons, all of a sudden, you're just kind of mistakes all around.
Yeah, definitely agreed.
Let's try that again. Hines for 2. The first one is up and no good. Second one, no good as well. So for Grace Hines, 0 for 2, and it's rebounded by Carly Jusak. Boland has it. She'll give it over now to Klepper. That's Metling on the far side, looking. Going inside to Jusak, top of the key to Boland. Boland steps inside, and off the backboard in for 2. That'll make it 53-49. Looks like we'll get a timeout called here. Relieved by Pine City. 30-second timeout. Give us another chance to look at the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics. Their team believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program at embracemn.com. 53-49 is the score here with 11:23 to go in this second half. Lions and Dragons going at it here again. The winner will sit atop the conference alone with an undefeated record, but for either team, it won't last long before they both would have to put that said undefeated record on the line again, because Ogilvie will host the Bram Bombers on Thursday. That'll be another good rematch. And then next Thursday, Pine City will host Bram again. So either way you look at it, they wouldn't have long to hold on to an undefeated conference mark before they have to put it on the line once again. And Taylor, this is going to be a fun last just under 11 and a half minutes here in this game. These two teams, they know what's on the line, and momentum's been swung back and forth.
Yeah, definitely agreed. It's going every which way, and those free throws are the most important points.
They really are, as Cadence Pierce drops in a 2. And unfortunately, Boland, she kind of knew it. She gets called for the carry, and that will give it back to the Lions. And again, it's kind of the fact of for Pine City right now, when they make a mistake, they're kind of compounding it, and right now it just seems like they need something to settle them down. They just seem a little bit on edge right now.
Yeah, definitely agreed. They had the momentum, and then they just kind of lost it.
Grace Hines driving inside. She'll lose it, and it will go back to Pine City. Another one that's it's really close. 53-51. Jusak gets around 2 defenders. Ooh, a little bit of a quick whistle there. They're going to call Leah Robin for the foul. I thought that was a little bit quick on that one, but it'll be their team's second and Robin's first. 53-51. Inbound here to Boland. She's under pressure. She'll give it inside to Jusak, who drops it in for 2. 55-51. Here comes Grace Hines and the Lions. Looking for a screen. She'll give it inside to Pierce. Pierce, step back. 2, no good. Rebounded by Metling. Quickly up the court, though, for Thiemann, as that was closed down quickly. Now Jusak over to Boland. Boland, long 3. On the mark! And Boland delivers to make it 58-51. Cadence Pierce with it now. She's trying to get around the defender. Gets a screen, step back. Wanted the three, but Klepper got around the screen pretty quickly. A little bit of confusion as to who that ball was supposed to go to. Hines got it back. Hines pulls down the dribble. She drives inside, spin move. Nice move. Shot up, no good. A little too strong on that one. Jusak with the rebound. Gives it off to Thiemann. Underneath the basket to Metling. Metling drops it in for two. 60-51. A nice run here by the Dragons to pull up again by 9 with 9:51 to go, and a timeout called here by the Ogilvie Lions. Take a quick look at that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at embracemn.com. So Taylor, onto that timeout. It seemed like that timeout was kind of key there for Pine City. Now they've gone on and scored 7 straight points and held Ogilvie scoreless. That's got to be pretty big for them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And kind of going back to how fast their defense is, they're not only starting to play fast defense and kind of slowing down, but they're playing a smarter offense. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I would definitely say that is the case because you see it, and even though they have, as of late, gotten some fast break opportunities, yeah, their defense is definitely not allowing any good shots inside. The perimeter has been closed down pretty well too, but the offense is definitely taking a little bit more time with the ball when they have it. They're definitely looking for better shots, finding those better shots and taking them. We haven't seen as many missed shots here after we talked about it, but there still have been a few, but you're not going to go perfect in shooting in any game. That would be nuts.
Yeah.
But the Ogilvie Lions do have it back out of the timeout. Hines has it. Hines dribbling to the far side, now back to the top of the key, trying to find anyone open. She'll look to drive inside. She gives it off to Pierce. Pierce puts up a shot. She got it to fall. Nice job there by Cadence Pierce. She worked through a defender. Drop it in for 2. Quickly up the court here to Mallory Klepper. Oh, could have been a foul call. It didn't. And now that was on the line, unfortunately, and that's going to be out of bounds, and it will go back to the Dragons. And nearly a steal there for the Lions. It bounced through about 3 different sets of hands before it went out of bounds. And Taylor, that's kind of a big break here for the Dragons.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Even small things like that is going to get your offense running faster, your confidence, your shots way better. Yeah,
and now Pine City has it. They'll give it off to Thiemann on the near side. Now to Bolin, top of the key for 3. Pretty confident on that one and couldn't get it to fall. Jusak got a hand on it, but Pierce is going to come up with the rebound for the Lions. 60-53, and that ball was tipped, so no over and back call. Hines driving towards the basket, spin around, tried to get it back. She does to Besser. That pass nearly goes awry, but Robin pulls it in. She'll now drive towards the basket. Underneath the basket, she's left alone. Can't get the shot to fall, and Jusak will grab yet another rebound. And Summer Thiemann quickly up the court. That's knocked out of bounds. And it was blocked by Cadence Pierce. Substitution here for Pine Cities. They will hold on to possessions. 60-53 they lead. Inbound here to Jusak. Jusak being guarded by Besser. Jusak will work herself around, drives inside. Shot is up, no good, but she's fouled and she'll go to line and shoot 2. That one's going to go on Bethany Besser. Her first, team's third. And Jusak at the line for 2. No good on the first. Substitution here for Ogilvie. 8:32 to go. Jusak lines up for her second, and she drops that one in. So 1 of 2 that time through. It's 61-53. Lions, they have it back. They'll give it to Pierce. Pierce guarded well by Lottie. Lottie almost stolen away. Nearly stolen away again. Nearly stolen away by Bolin. And then Arnold will put up a shot for 3. No good. It's going to be Piper Metling who brings in the rebound. She's in some trouble. She gets out of trouble. Looking. She'll give it back to Vivian Lottie, who's open for 3. It's good! Vivian Lottie from 3 drops it in. 64-53. Lions come back quickly, though. 3 from Grace Hines is good! Answering the 3 with a 3. Again, Grace Hines, she is not afraid to pull up with a 3 in some traffic. She shows it there. That's probably going to come in handy down the stretch. Summer Thiemann with it, gives it off far side to Lottie, now to Metling. They have time. Metling will give it inside to Jusak. Oh, they're going to say the basket won't count. That's actually a pretty good call. That foul came just before she let that ball go. And depending on the referee, they'll sometimes let that go, but, that's a good job there. Oh, no, that's on Cadence Pierce, her 4th. Well, I was going to mention something now, but Taylor, I think it's worth noting, Cadence Pierce is going to have to leave the game here for a little bit with 4 fouls.
Yeah, and she's one of their key players, and she's a great offensive player. She's a great defensive player, so we're going to have to see what Ogilvie does after this.
And I'm going to steal a page from your book. She's kind of one of those players you trust.
Yeah, definitely.
So they'll be missing her as the Dragons do get it back. Boland has it. She's found a lane to the basket. Reverse layup doesn't fall. Jusak, though, there to help her out. She doesn't get that one to fall. She got the rebound, but could not get the second rebound, and the Lions will get it back. 7:21 to go. 64-56. Hines has it again. She just pulled up over a defender the last time to drop it in for 2. Robin with it. Aaliyah Robin drops it in for 2. So, we talked about who might take Pierce's place. I think Robin might be worth talking about. She now on the game has 11 points. A shot there, no good by the Dragons. I apologize cutting you off there, Taylor, but foul here on Ogilvie. On Robin. She only has 2 now, so she's okay. 5th team foul here in the second half, and Jusak will go back to line to shoot 2. First one is up and falls forward off the rim and in. So that one is good to make it 65-58. And Jusak cannot get the second one to go, so 1 of 2 there. And Jusak pretty upset as her team's going to get called for a foul. It's going to be on Mallory Klepper. Jusak pretty upset because she had the steal and she was going to bring it up court. They had a fast break opportunity. So the Lions will keep it. And that pass shot was blocked by Klepper. Get it to Bethany Besser. She'll just pull up from the free throw line and say, hey, if you're going to give it to me, why not? She misses, gets her own rebound, and loses it. Gets it back to Grace Hines. Shot up, no good. They're going to get another foul here on Pine City. It's their 7th. Did not see who they called that one on. They called it on Vivian Lottie, only her 2nd. But the team's 7th now, and if it wasn't a shooting foul, it'd be a 1-1. But Hines will shoot 2. And she corrects the mistakes from her first time through to drop that one in. And she drops them both in. So add 2 more there for Grace Hines. 65-60 now, Pine City. Still with the lead. Summer Thiemann backs it out to Piper Metling. Off the mark. And Klepper can't hold on. We'll go back to the Lions. And Taylor, talking about it before, Jusak has heavily out-rebounded her teammates, but they're going to have to get some contributions from other teammates because Klepper there almost had it, and if she would have held on to it, she probably could have had 2, but they're going to need to get those rebounds now. They're going to become of the utmost importance.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Carly Jusak's one of our primary rebounders, but sometimes she's just not there sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes she isn't, and that's unfortunate for the Dragons. It was a 3. Jusak can't get it to fall. A 3 from Amelia Arnold, rebounded by Hines now on the other side. Let go is Robin, trying to keep up with it, and we're tied at 65. Pine City, all of a sudden, yeah, they're going to need one. That is, wow, what a run by Ogilvie there. I mean, it started with the foul. Grace Hines dropped them both in. And then Pine City just, I mean, they couldn't, if they had stick them on their hands, if they had glue, it wouldn't matter. They couldn't hold on to the rebound for dear life, Arnold got it. She picked it up for the 3, and then Jusak went down the court, missed it. It was rebounded by Hines. She gave it off to Robin, and she laid it in for 2 to tie it at 65. Now all of a sudden, all that momentum that was Pine City's has now shifted to the Lions, and if you're the Lions right now, I mean, you're going back out onto the court with all the confidence in the world.
Yeah, definitely. They've definitely picked up the momentum, and they're going out there, and they're going to push hard, and then they're going to go out strong.
And for the Lions, now you've got to feel like you can get anything to go that you want, whether it's a 3, a long 2, at the free throw line, because you talk about it, the confidence that teams have, and now that Ogilvie has it, now that anything they feel that they get is going to fall, and that's dangerous, especially for a team like Ogilvie. For Pine City, this is going to be a spot where they're going to have to battle through a situation like this, and I kind of talked about it before, but they're going to have to force things to go their way now. Not force, a pass or force a shot. They're just going to have to force momentum back in their favor. They're going to have to force themselves to get the lead now, and that's tough to do, especially against a tough team like Ogilvie.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to have to take it not slowly, but like fast offense, but take those small points right away.
So the Dragons now got a lot working against them. Summer Thiemann will pull up from her first 3 tonight. Jusak with the rebound, drops it in for 2. Oh, was she fouled too? She was. So Jusak was also fouled. The basket will count. She'll go to line to shoot 1. Possible 3-point play. And that foul there is the team's 6th on Ogilvie and the 2nd on Besser. So Jusak trying to make it a 3-point play. She cannot, but the rebound for Klepper, no good. And it was rebounded by the Lions. That time no good. Boland with the rebound there. Boland in some trouble, gives it to Jusak. Now to Lottie, they'll have to get it up quickly. They do just get it past the timeline. They'll give it inside to Jusak. 3 again from Thiemann is no good. That's knocked out of bounds by Ogilvie. And it will stay with the Dragons. 67-65. We're getting to that point of the game now, Taylor, where teams are just going to try and play as quickly as possible. And I think right now that obviously favors the Lions, like we mentioned, because they've got momentum.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They're going to, but like I said, they're going to pick it up. It's the last 5 minutes of the game, and they're going to pick it up and push hard.
As Jusak gets the inbound, drops it in for 2. That means nothing as Grace Hines has it. Give it over to Robin. For 3, it's no good. And that will go and be Pine City's ball. Well, they're going to talk about it. Now, I didn't see a member of the Dragons touch it. How about you, Taylor? We had a pretty good view there.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I saw the shoot or the shot, and then it kind of bounced out.
Yeah, that's a good call. A good conference there by the refs. That's one thing you love to see, because you had 2 different calls, and then they came together and talked about it and give the refs credit. I mean, obviously I always want to give the refs credit, because if it's not for them, we don't get to play this game or call this game, so we appreciate them being out here. But, yeah, love to see them get a conference. Oh, Cadence Pierce kind of sold that, trying to get a foul on Jusak, and that shot from Jusak, no good. That was one she thought was going to fall. It didn't, and now Pierce will bring it back the other way. She's just going to take it the whole way herself and drop it in for 2, and that's why she's out there. 69-67, but here come the Dragons. Brooke Boland quickly guarded, gives it off to Klepper. Outside to Thiemann. Give it back to Jusak. She's left alone for 3. That's going to be no good. Shot is... we're going to get a foul on Pine? On Klepper. Well, that sucks, because it's her 4th, and now it's going to be 1-1 for Ogilvie. .4:17 to go. Who's at the line? It's Hines. Not probably the player that Pine City wants to see at the line.
She's definitely picked up the momentum and has gotten her last free throws.
It's a 1-1, and she makes it. So she'll get awarded a second. This is going to come down to the very end here in this one. I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe some free basketball here. OT. Hines drops them both. Yeah, that's why Pine City probably didn't want her there. So the Lions going to play a little bit of full court pressure as Pine City will get it inbounded to Metling. Metling up the court. Gives it off to Thiemann. Thiemann brings it out. Top of the key, gives it back to Metling. Metling to Jusak. Jusak to Boland. Boland inside to Metling. It goes to her hands. And those are the mistakes you cannot have right now if you're the Dragons. And simply put, the Ogilvie Lions are just not making mistakes right now. Hines will get it inbounded. We're tied at 69 here in this game. 3:55 to go. Lions have it. Robin had it nearly stolen away. Probably could have been a travel call, but she'll drop it in for 2 to give the Lions a 71-69 lead. Inside, oh, no foul call. Interesting. Byer has it. She'll put it up, no good. Metling's going to grab the rebound. 71-69. A 3, no good. Man, the Dragons right now cannot buy a shot. It's rebounded by Robin. Hines will take it up the court. Now if you're Ogilvie, you can slow things down a little bit. You got momentum. They're going to get Thiemann for a reach. I don't know. I think that one you could have held off on that call. She got ball, but it'll be her third. And again, it's Hines at the line to shoot 2, and so far so good for her. Missed the 2, but then since been perfect. And no good, though, on that one. The good old announcer's jinx there, my goodness. Dragons have it. Boland with it now. Boland directing traffic. It's a screen from Jusak, trying to get it on the near side here. Back to Lottie. Lottie top of the key. Inside to Jusak. Jusak drops it in for 2 to tie us at 71. But the Lions will come up the court quickly. Robin over to Arnold. She can shoot the 3-2. It's no good. Grace Hines. Oh. That's a jump ball. That one I will respectfully disagree with heavily because that's a jump ball. Hines did a good job, though, of letting go and getting the foul called. But that's your jump ball all day. It'll be 2, and that's the second foul on Jusak. Yeah, it was good by Hines to let go and I don't want to say flop. That's not the right word I want to use. But, yeah, good acting by her. But, yeah, that's a jump ball. Jusak tied her up, and that has to be a jump ball call. So Hines no good on that one, as it is 2 now, as the Lions are in the double bonus. Hines will get the second one to fall, though. So it's 72-71 in favor of the Ogilvie Lions. Back the other way. Dragons have it. Thiemann to Vivian Lottie for 3. No good. And not. That's jump ball. I don't know how you can't say that's a jump ball. I mean, that was clearly tied up. And the possession arrow will favor the Dragons, so they will get a chance again at it with 2.5 minutes to go. It's crunch time now for both of these teams. And we'll see who steps up for Pine City. Ooh, almost taken away, but Boland brings it in. Boland calling out the offense, gives it off to Thiemann. Thiemann guarded well, back to Jusak. Jusak over to Lottie. Lottie's left alone underneath the basket. Thiemann drops it in for 2, plus the and 1. That was big for Pine City. That's going to go against Arnold. Oh, her 4th as well. It's unfortunate for Ogilvie as that is going to be her 4th. So now Thiemann for the possible 3-point play. And she can't get it. Right now, free throws for both these teams, but Jusak got the rebound. And not that one there. That was knocked out of bounds. White ball. So Thiemann will get the 2, but she can't get it there. And it's knocked out of bounds by Ogilvie, and it will stay with the Dragons. 2:08 to go. Taylor talked about tension earlier. Can you feel it now?
Yeah, it's very, the parents, the student section, everybody.
And an easy 2 there for Byer will give the Lions the lead right back, and Dragons trail by 1 now. Shot from Jusak was not made, and Vivian Lotte will come down the other way, put it up and in for two to make it 75-74. With under 2 minutes to go, here we go, Taylor. This is why we came to this game. This is going to come down. Hines shot, no good. Rebound. Oh my goodness, how in the world did she come up with her own rebound? Oh my goodness. Pine City can't buy a rebound right now. They are struggling to hold on to the ball. They just can't grab it right now.
Yeah, and that's just kind of what I was saying earlier. That's just kind of the small stuff that just needs to happen.
So Cadence Pierce at the line for two. And no good on the first. So she can only tie it if she makes this one. And gets it to fall. So we're tied at 75. Oh, boy. Wow, we are in for it. We're going to get a timeout called here. Quick look at the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey seamless and convenient as possible. Custom late force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. Find out more at embracemn.com. Of course, they'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. Taylor, holy cow. That pace didn't slow down from the first half.
No, it did not. It is still going at a fast pace.
It's been fun to watch for both of these teams. These two teams, they know what's at stake. They know that a win here really helps them in that race for the conference crown that Pine City has held for the last couple of years. But Bram and Ogilvie have been close each of the last couple of years, but this year it feels like the playing field has been evened. But Ogilvie, they're trying to stay undefeated, as is Pine City. So this will be big for either team. Both sides trying to stay at that undefeated mark in the conference. And an undefeated mark from here, or a win from tonight, really kind of, I don't want to say gives the team who wins a better chance at the crown, because both teams still have a great chance. Mm-hmm. But it does certainly lean in favor of the winner here tonight to grab the conference crown.
Agreed.
So here we go. Pine City will start with the ball. 1:32 on the board. Jusak will inbound for Pine City. She wanted to give it to Boland and knocked out of bounds. Oh, that should be Dre. Okay. Robin knocked it out of bounds. One ref said it was Ogilvie ball. I think he was mistaken. That is definitely Pine City ball. Jusak will look. She'll try to find somebody inbound too. She's going to have to quickly. And she will to Metling. And they'll give it back to Jusak. Jusak's going to bring it up the court. Back it outside to Thiemann. Now to Boland, excuse me. Now to Thiemann for three. That's no good. Vivian Lotte can't bring in the rebound. Taken by Robin. They needed that one. I mean, desperately. Nearly a travel by Robin. She gets it off. Nice job. Hines for three. Good. And that could be a dagger. Now Pine City needs three, and we're under a minute. That might be it there, Taylor. That three could be the one that decides it. And again, if you're Pine City, you just can't leave, her wide open. And a no good there by Thiemann. Jusak is no good. She's fouled. And you know what? If you're the Lions, you're okay with that foul. Because now you send Jusak to the line, and she hasn't been perfect tonight from the line. So, and the Dragons need three, so that's a good foul there by the Lions.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree.
Besser was the guilty Lion, but man, if you're the Dragons, this is huge.
Those free throws are just extra points. Those are going to get you. If you can get the rebound, you are going to have good momentum.
Absolutely, as Jusak does drop in the first. And, can't get the second one to fall. Rebound, Hines. Pine City fouled again. Oh, boy. Not who you want to see at the line. And who was the foul on? Man, Taylor, I know we're kind of beating a dead horse with this one now, but Pine City can't hold on to the ball for a rebound at this point.
No, they cannot.
First one's good. Well, if she makes the next one, that could put this one away. And it will. 2 there by Hines. 80-76. It's not over till it's over, but Dragons need a lot to go their way. That's not going to help. They almost lost it. Metling will try for 3. That's no good. Jusak. That's a foul. Oh, my goodness gracious. Wow. A missed call on the foul there on Jusak. They missed that one. They'll look. They'll try to get it inbound. They need to go to Jusak. They go underneath to Klepper, who drops it in for 2. And a quick timeout here by the Dragons. Oh, my goodness. Wow. This, we've only got 26 seconds left, so the play clock, or the shot clock is off. There will no longer be a shot clock. So Ogilvie, if they were able to, they'd just be able to run out the clock. Obviously, Pine City probably going to try and foul. Obviously not Grace Hines. They don't want to foul Grace Hines or Cadence Pierce. Those are the two they don't want to. And I would assume Aaliyah Robin is probably on that list as well, as she has a plethora of points here tonight. So Taylor, I mean, for the Dragons here, we'll hit both sides if we can. But for the Dragons, I mean, they need to stop, or otherwise this game, they're going to drop their first conference game.
Yeah. I definitely think if they get the ball right back, if they steal the ball right away, then they definitely have a chance. But right now, Ogilvie's just going to try to get down and waste some time.
And for Ogilvie, we kind of talked about it, that momentum shift where they started to pick up some threes, some free throws, and also their team just seemed to have that confidence. And we talked about the confidence a lot today, but they had the confidence, and that kind of seemed to be what led them to take this lead.
Yeah, definitely. That confidence is a big key in playing in the game and on the bench. The confidence on the bench just depends on cheering for your teammates, being great, having great energy, and just keeping your teammates up. And then on the court is just making sure that you don't get down on yourself.
The Dragons will be trying to steal first, not foul, because obviously that'll just send Ogilvie to the line. And get it into Hines. The foul has to come now, knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Lions, 23 seconds to go. Good job there by the Dragons to not foul there, Taylor. They did a good job. They knocked it out of bounds, but time is quickly becoming a factor. 80-70, and obviously they don't want to foul Hines. She's not the girl they want to foul because she's been good from the free throw line tonight. There it gets into Hines, and they are doing a good job of... And Bolin, unfortunately, just she has to foul. Well, this could really do it. If she scores them both, it's a 4-point lead. And not that Pine City couldn't come back, but that's going to make it that much harder. Hines at the line for 2 and trying to put this one to rest. Oh, no. Hines misses. Well, if you're Pine City, now you kind of take a breath. Because now it's only 3. And obviously the threes haven't been falling at will here tonight for the Dragons, but they have got some to fall. And Hines makes 1. So that will make it a 3-point game. Still, Pine City has to get a 3. They'll look to Mallory Klepper, almost over her head. We'll get the 2 from Jusak and a timeout. Well, here we go. This is really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Pine City's going to need a quick foul or steal, and then a quick shot, or because if they foul, if they don't get the steal after, I mean, at one swipe, they got to foul, and when they do, obviously it's more than likely going to be Hines at the line. If she makes them both, it's a 3-point game. They have to shoot 3, and in your best guess, would you think it would be Jusak would be in the hands of?
Yes, I do. I really do, because, again, kind of going back to that player that you trust, she's definitely that player for Dragons right now.
81-89 seconds to go in the game. What a game it has been. And, we have a good crowd. I wouldn't be surprised if they stormed the court, honestly. It's that kind of game, really.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have their fans storm the court. I mean, I would almost be upset if they didn't. That's how good of a game it is, and that's how big of a win it is for Ogilvie here.
Yep.
I mean, Pine City's been at the top of the conference, the queens of the conference for years. But for you to get a win and possibly take the crown from them, that's huge.
Yes, definitely agree.
And Pine City needs a foul. There it is. My goodness. Foul. I mean, they let... I think that whistle should have been blown a little bit sooner. So Hines, obviously, no surprise, she's going to be the one at the line for Ogilvie. So she's got a chance to make it a three-point game. That doesn't mean the game's over, but Pine City hasn't been able to hit those threes as much as they would like here tonight. Obviously, if they, like Taylor said, if they have to, I think it is. I would agree that Jusak is going to be the one the hands in the ball of. I got that really backwards there. The ball is going to be the hands of Jusak. Now, Taylor, here's an interesting mark real quick. If they don't make this one, it's a 2-point game. Does Pine City still go for the 3 or 2? Do they go for overtime?
I would honestly try to go for overtime because that gives you more time to reset and get that ball back.
There it is. No good. Stolen back, and there it is. Oh, that's a foul. The foul. Oh, my heavens. No, they missed a blatant foul. But either way, Ogilvie's going to win it. Well, and we seen a steal there at the end. That basically, it was it. That was it. Mm-hmm. And for the Dragons, this one's tough. You had the rebound you needed. You had the time. And it was the mistakes. We talked about them. Those little mistakes, and it came back to bite them here in this one, sadly. So we'll take a commercial break here. Word from our fine sponsors. We'll come back, recap this one, and you're listening to Girls Basketball on the simulcast, KBK and WCMP.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Aw, man. Hinckley Collision.
Hell no. My new car?
Hinckley Collision is the right decision. Fender benders, major accident damage, or hail damage. Hinckley Collision is the right decision. With 24/7 towing and fast, friendly, professional service, their collision department will get you back on the road in no time. With decades of experience dealing with insurance carriers, make the call today. 320-384-7002. 320-384-7002.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Most days, I don't know what to do with myself.
I try to be the strong one for my buddies, but I don't know if I'm going to make it through the week.
He has night terrors about it.
The lack of fresh powder for snowmobile season can be devastating, but taking your mind off the subject can help.
This week, get a Whitney's Country Cafe $15 certificate for only $7.50. Wow, that's half off.
Visit WCMPradio.com/deals to help take your mind away from just pinning it or hitting your favorite curve before the ditch. WCMPradio.com/deals. Hang in there, buddy. Hockey practice, running a business, heck, just enjoying your life. You've got better things to do. Let Jeff's Outdoor Services handle your lawn care and landscaping. Your home, your cabin, your business, they got you covered. They've been doing it since 1995, and they're good at it. Call today. Jeff's Outdoor Services. You do your thing, and they'll do theirs.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
Are you looking for a position where your role impacts the community around you? Then look no further than Burnett Dairy Cooperative in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. Owned by the farmers in your community, Burnett Dairy offers numerous career options with various responsibilities and growth opportunities. Positions such as CDL drivers, who work closely with our farmers, cheese production, creating award-winning cheeses, and retail store clerks making someone's day better. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers to join our herd.
Hell, what a game. What a game. And it sucks with these games because one team has to walk out of here with a loss. The other one is utter jubilation, and it sucks. But the good news is, for this one, Taylor, is both of these teams get to move on during the season. They get to move forward, and there's still a chance at the conference crown. But Ogilvie gets the win, 82-80 here tonight. Quick look at the stats here before we talk about the game. Carly Jusak led the team for the Dragons, 39, 11 for Brooke Bolin, 10 for Summer Thiemann, and then 7 for Vivian Lotti, 6 for both Klepper and Metling. Leading the way rebound-wise, no surprise, it was Jusak with 22, just add on to her 1,000 on her career. 6 for both Bolin and Lotti, 5 for Metling, 4 for Klepper. And then they went 5 of 11 for free throws in the second half, just under 50%, or just over 50%, excuse me, or under. I'm terrible at math, I promise. 12 for 25 in the game. They had 8 steals in the first, none, Taylor, in the second half. 3 blocks in the first, 2 in the half for a total of 5, 16 total team fouls. 13 of those came in the second half. And Taylor, we kind of talked about it early on. One of the biggest things was the momentum, the confidence that Ogilvie had in this second half, and it showed there, I think, with the steals. Before we get into that more on the other side for the Ogilvie Lions, Grace Hines led the team with 31, 19 for Cadence Pierce, 15 for Aaliyah Robin, coming off the bench, ladies and gentlemen. Then 6 for Bethany Besser, 4 for Ruby Beyer, 3 for Amelia Arnold. That was a big 3, by the way. And Addison Reed had 2. That 3 by Addison Reed, Amelia Arnold, probably is what gave Ogilvie this one. And then leading the way rebound-wise for the Lions, it was Pierce with 15, 9 for Hines, 6 for Beyer, and 5 for Besser. They went 14 of 22 from the free throw line in the game, 17 for 27. They had 4 steals in the second half, 6 in the first for a total of 10. 1 block by Cadence Pierce. They had 8 fouls in each half for 16 total, so pretty consistent there for the Lions. They didn't reach that 10, that double bonus mark. They did a good job getting those fouls throughout this second half. It wasn't just pile on in the last part or the first part. They did a good job kind of spacing them out. Obviously, you don't want any fouls in a game if you're a team, but they did a good job of spacing them out, and unfortunately for Pine City, they got those fouls early on, and it just kind of continued. And we talked about the little mistakes here in this one. It seemed like when Pine City made a mistake, they kind of compounded it with another one, and then another one. And then as that happened, it seemed like Pine City was rushing things. We kind of talked about it, and Ogilvie capitalized on that. And that's really what kind of gave Ogilvie the momentum in this one. And then after a couple of threes that they hit, they had the confidence, and that's kind of what paved the way for them to a victory.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I really think a big part of the second half was the fouls. The fouls were very, They were insane, and then those just small mistakes that both teams had made, but mostly Pine City. Those were just they could have. Those are mistakes where you're like, oh no, oh my gosh, I know how to do this. Why did this happen? Why did I do that?
Yeah, it is tough. And for Pine City, this will be a game where they come back and look at it and go and say to themselves, I think, hey, we know what we did. We know we could have won this game, but we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. And, and that's tough because this team, you look at this team of athletes, you've got all of them, top to bottom, starters to bench players. They all are hard on themselves. Mm-hmm. They all, when they make mistakes, you can see it on the court. They're so upset with themselves, and they realize, hey, I can go and make another play down the court for my team, but they are so competitive themselves that they just get so upset. And I'm not saying that played a factor into it. I don't think it did because they do a really good job of switching that energy back to the other side. But it's just so hard for a team that is that competitive to lose in a game like this, I think. What do you think now is the most important thing for Pine City? They've got basically a week off now, over a week. They've got a week and 2 days off till their next game when they host Bram next Thursday. Mm-hmm. What is going to be the most important thing for them here this week and a half till their next game?
I really think it's just focusing on the little stuff that they could have done, and then also working on how fast their offense was, because I also mentioned it kind of earlier how they were doing a faster offense.
Yeah.
But it was a little too fast where it got chaotic.
Mm-hmm. That's a great word, chaotic. It did. That's what it kind of seemed like. It did get a little chaotic. It seemed like it did. That's a perfect way to put it, chaotic. And that's kind of what it seemed like, too, for the Pine City Dragons. But, yes, and hopefully they are able to put this one out of their minds quickly because, you know, they need to move on because a loss like this can really stick with a team. And that's the tough part about it is a loss can stick with a team, but they do have this week and a half to kind of move past it. And now they'll get to go to practice and kind of recoup. So I think my take on it would be I think they need to move on as quickly as they can.
Yes.
I think if you're the Dragons, you almost don't even look at this game because of how heartbreaking it is. I think you just say, okay, it happened. We know what we did. Let's fix it and move on. Mm-hmm. For the Lions, though, wow, what a season. You lose yesterday, last night. They lost to Cromwell Wright almost by 40 points. You come back and beat one of the top teams in Class AA, and now you're on top of the conference. I mean, what a win. And what is the feeling now for Ogilvie? And now I think the biggest question is, how do they take this momentum and put it to Thursday's game here against Bram?
Well, I mean, kind of going back to what you said, how Pine City should move on fast, that's what Ogilvie showed here tonight. They moved on from a hard loss, and they put all of those mistakes that they made, and they put it into this game. They fixed those mistakes, and they really pushed hard. They really fought for that win.
They really did, and it's a nice comeback for them. And this is not the last game of the week for them. They have a game Thursday when they welcome in Bram, and that will be another important game. That has section implications here for the Ogilvie Lions in Section 5 Single A. So with this win, don't be surprised we see Ogilvie back on top of the section over Bram after tonight. But it's going to be Bram Ogilvie here on Thursday, and we might see a change in the schedule. We might be out here again for that one, depending on who we get. But, yeah, we might be back out here for that one as a station. Maybe we'll have it simulcast. Maybe we'll have it KBK. Who knows? But I'm sure we'll be back out here for that one. But, yeah, for the Lions, it was a good one. It's another win in the win column, 15-2 on the season, past that halfway mark. Pretty impressive start here for the Lions. Now, hopefully they can continue it. Thursday's a big one, and now they have home court advantage, too, when they buzzer beat the Bram Bombers last time. So this was a good one, but unfortunately, we do have to move on as well. So I want to thank all of you who tuned in here tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you for giving me a job to do. Thanks so much to all the fine sponsors who sponsored this and every other broadcast that we do. I appreciate them. And again, don't forget to stay tuned to all of everything that we do, whether it's our morning shows on 95.5 FM KBK with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30, or over on 100.9 FM with Josh O'Meara on at 7:45 And 8:45, that's when you can catch your local sports updates. We'll, of course, obviously cover this game. We'll talk about other games in a local listening area, plus some regional and national sports as well. Of course, stay tuned to our Facebook pages, WCMP Radio and KBEK, plus our websites, WCMPradio.com, KBK.com, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports, breaking news, cancellations, reschedules, records being broken, so many different things, signings, of coaches being hired, coaches retiring, all those things you can catch on our socials and our websites, of course. And then moving on, of course, don't forget to stay tuned to our websites to look at the game schedule as well, WCMPradio.com. Go to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule, and there you can see the links for all the games that we will have coming up here the rest of this week and, of course, the week after as well. We'll do that. We get that up on usually Monday afternoon. So, and then, again, I appreciate you all for tuning in for this one. Taylor, thanks so much for coming out once again and joining me. Any final thoughts on this one?
No, I just really think this was such a great game to come out and watch.
It was such a fun one, and I appreciate Taylor coming out for that one. Appreciate my camera woman right to my right for coming out as well and running the camera. She's my ride, so I appreciate her coming out here tonight, even though she didn't have to on a Tuesday night. It's a school night, ladies and gentlemen, so it was not an easy night for anybody. But, again, the final here on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, 82-80, Lions over the Dragons. They're on top of the conference now, and the crown runs through Ogilvie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to all the fine sponsors. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube to be notified anytime we go live with a local sporting event. For WCMP, KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. That was Taylor Tullifson. Have a great rest of your night.